Hey y'all, say y'all. Peace and Palo Santo 6. It is your girl Divinely Lika, and welcome to the channel. To all of my returning viewers, hey soul cousins, so happy, so blessed, so thankful to have you back. And to my new subscribers, welcome to the soul family. We just spread love, light, and insight, and helping each other better navigate this beautiful human experience. To all the likes, the comments, and the subscribes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, a million times thank you. I'm truthfully appreciative of it. And I am speaking abundance and blessings and prosperity all over your life, okay? I am open for personal reading. So if you are interested in a personal reading, my information is in the description box. You can email me. Just make sure when you email me, you put in the subject bar, personal reading. If you go on the community board, I should have a post of my pricing and things like that. And I do accept Cash App, Zelle, and Apple Pay. So get with the kid. You know what? It's Gemini season. I actually may run a special. So give me a second on that. I might make I'm gonna make a post on the community board tomorrow. And I'm just gonna run a special to the end of Gemini season, as a matter of fact. Might as well do it for my season, because you know. I had to cleanse. It's like I already cleansed these cards, but I had to cleanse my space again because that last reading, that energy was crazy. Really was crazy. But let's get into this energy. Divine Spirit, Guides, Angels, Ancestors, Cosmic Family of the brightest love, light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the Divine Collective. Clear and accurate messages for the Divine Collective. What is it that you want them to hear and know the most at this time? Hold on. What is it that you want them to hear and know the most at this time? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Any dark magic, evil act being sent my way or to the way of the Divine Collective, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnified, and bind it to them. Any dark magic or evil eye being sent to my platform, I ask that you return it back to sender, magnified, and bind it to them. Protect my crown chakra as I get these messages across, and protect and open up my third eye chakra so that I can dive deeper into my intuition and get further clarification of the cards that come out today. Allow me to channel these messages from the highest, most authentic version of myself and not from a place of ego. Thank you so much, Spirit, for everything that you do for me and us. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe. Hold on, y'all. One more. Okay. Feels right. Clear and concise messages, Spirit. What is it that the Divine Collective needs to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that the Divine Collective needs to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that their higher self, spirit guides? Okay, we have, Mbakumu, soul forgiveness. Y'all, look how beautiful the card is. Like, oh my God. So beautiful. Love the artwork. More Spirit. What is it that the Divine Collective needs to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that their higher self wants them to hear and know the most at this time? You know what I'm hearing? For a lot of people that are closing out these, then right after that I get radical rebirth. I was just about to say it, and I think that was the confirmation of what I'm feeling. For a lot of people that are closing out these cycles and stuff, I need you to not beat yourself up on the version of yourself that you were. Like the decisions that you made, the relationships that you were in, the maybe, like decisions that you made, the friendships that you entertain. Don't beat yourself up for, past versions of yourself. We need those. Like, I needed, honestly, when I look back at some of the things that I've done, it's like I needed to operate from my shadow. I wouldn't have an appreciation for the light if I didn't. You can't, it's so hard to appreciate good times if you never had bad times. How do you even appreciate them? You get what I'm saying? How do you appreciate being the healed version of yourself if you've never been healed? If you were never unhealed? You get what I'm saying? So don't beat yourself up about that. It's a radical rebirth. It's a very beautiful thing. And then for some of you too, another thing that I'm hearing as well, it's like forgive your, a lot of people, you have this feeling, we have this tendency to have this feeling of guilt. I know because I felt it. When it came to me, closing out certain chapters with friendships, family members was the hardest for me. But friendships, family members, romantic relationships, you have to, don't beat yourself. Forgive yourself for, I don't know. I feel like sometimes we feel bad. We feel like we're being selfish. We feel like, when we decide to make decisions that are when you're somebody who always have considered other people first and yourself last, when you first start to get into the habit of really putting yourself first, despite whatever anybody else feels, you do feel like you're being selfish. You feel like you're being wrong, especially when you're somebody who's very empathetic like myself and compassionate. Don't beat yourself up for that. This is a part of the process. You have to put yourself first. And your soul thanks you for doing that. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, so let me show you the card. Maboya Nahanda, Radical Rebirth was the card. Anything else, Spirit? Tell me more. Tell me more. Rage. Medusa. Rage. Crazy, because when the Radical Rebirth card came out, I actually thought it was the Medusa card because the cards actually look similar. Both of them are both of these cards are just very intense. Like when you look at their faces. One more, Spirit. One more. One more, Spirit. Shit. I'm not taking that. I'm only taking one. Aww. I got two. Oh, cool though. Okay. I feel it. I feel it. Because as I'm sitting here looking at, okay, so the next one was Jumpy. Masks. But then when you look at Medusa, Rage, you see how she has that mask in front of her? And I don't know why when I see that, I look at that Rage card and that mask. It's like when I see it and I'm like trying to interpret it just by the picture, it gives me the feeling of like your rage and your anger is masking something deeper. It's masking hurt. It's masking pain. It's masking, masking maybe things that you don't forgive that other people have done. Masking you not forgiving yourself, something like, it's giving me that energy. And then the last one we have is Sarah LaCauley, Divine Lineage, which is good. The only thing good about this card is that I don't really have to go deep into this card because it's very, very kind of straightforward. And this is just a lot about divine protection. I'm also hearing like something about breaking ancestral curses, like generational curses, ancestral curses. I'm not gonna, if I said it, I didn't say it for no reason. Ancestral curses or something of that nature. Maybe you've come from a long line of women who mask their emotions. Like we gotta be strong. We gotta be, because that's I don't know why this is the energy it gives me. Like all these women, they just look really, outside of the soul forgiveness. The soul forgiveness is the only card. Soul forgiveness and the Sarah LaCauley card, a Divine Lineage. These are only cards that like there's like some softness there. But all these other cards, it just looks very intense. And it feels like an energy of like, aggression, like something. So maybe for some of you could come from a long line of women who's like, oh, we don't, maybe don't wear their emotions on their sleeves. They try to, and a lot of, honestly, when I think about the line of women that I come from, because I really feel like us millennials, we are like the first to really like take this self-love and healing and therapy like serious. I feel like we are like the breakthrough generation that have like really got on board with that. But a lot of us, at least for I can't really speak too much about any other background outside of my own, because I only know black. I'm well versed in black background, okay. But for a lot of us, we didn't come from sitting down and talking to a therapist, or sitting down and digging into childhood trauma or self-love. It's like that just wasn't our thing. A lot of us is, we got to stay strong, and you don't see him. I still remember what my grandma used to tell me, like, coming up, and my grandma's like, old school from Louisiana. She used to always say, like, you don't never let nobody see you sweat. So I always, coming up, I've always operated from, I gotta stay strong. I gotta look like nothing is bothering me, and I'm fucking dying inside. I'm like really hurt inside, and I'm masking it. I'm masking it, like. But let's get into the energy, because these are just my intuitive messages that I get when I see cards and I get certain feelings. But let's get into the textbook. See what's going on here. So, Mobokomu, soul forgiveness. I'm getting so much better at pronouncing these names, y'all. When I first started working with these cards, I used to be like, man, I know these goddesses be looking down like, bitch, for real? You said what? But no, I've gotten so much better with the pronunciation of them. It makes me happy. Anyway, let's get into Mobokumu. Sorry, y'all, give me 2 seconds to find it. Dang. What the heck? Hold on, y'all. I'm so sorry. Where is it at? Not me needing to pause it and come back. Oh my god. I gotta pause it, y'all, so I don't want to like have too much dead air on the reading. So give me 2 seconds. Okay, y'all, because I'm about to say, what the hell? I found it. But it says, Mobokomu. She's the goddess of soul forgiveness. She's from Bantu. Her temple is lovers and her element is bush. It says, for the Ngombe Bantu, goddess Mobokomu was the first woman. Her father, Akongo, the cranky supreme god, put Mobokomu and her loud children in a basket and dismissed them to earth. Aww. I don't know why I'm getting this feeling like somebody could have been like really outcasted in their family in some way. For somebody, you could have came from a very traditional religious background, and maybe you got pregnant at an early age or something like that, and you were like outcasted or something. And it like really turned into like some type of anger or rage or like hurt. That's for somebody specific, but I just felt that energy. Anyway, it says, Mobokomo's guidance to you is, who do you need to forgive? Let it go and reclaim yourself. Forgiveness is a gift of freedom for you, from you. You can't rush forgiveness. You have to feel it to heal it. Feel the pain, hurt, grief, rage. Medusa, rage. Oh, somebody's been masking their emotions. Somebody is like really carrying a great deal of pain. But you know what? With this radical rebirth before this rage and mask, it's the order that's kind of, it's making it a little interesting. But you know what? No. It could be the radical rebirth that really opens your eyes up to how you've been masking your emotions and your pain. Or what your rage, the rage is that you express or you have, what it's actually masking. And for a lot of you, it could be something that you could be carrying a lot of ancestral trauma on your back as well. But let me finish. I'm sorry. It says, you can't rush forgiveness. You have to feel it to heal it. Feel the pain, hurt, grief, rage, and despair. Take time with your heart. Forgiveness is a higher vibration frequency than the pain you must allow yourself to feel. Unforgiveness colors your world with lack, mistrust, and resentment. You start to see everything through victim-colored glasses. But forgiveness does not have to include reconciliation. Start with self-forgiveness. Say out loud, I forgive myself with love. Goddess declaration, I forgive and free myself. I forgive and free others. Collective, I really, really, really want you to use this as a daily affirmation. So we have, say out loud, I forgive myself with love. And then I forgive and free myself. I forgive and free others. I'm gonna use that one too. I absolutely will. So I'm a Maboya Nahanda Radical Rebirth. Let's get into that. All right, so it says Goddess of Radical Rebirth. She is from Shona, Zimbabwe. Her temple is ancestors and her element is air. Born around 1840, Sharwe Nyakasakana channeled a Mahandoro, an ancient royal lion spirit named Nahanda, who has been incarnated by revolutionary Shona women for at least 500 years. Heralded as Maboya Nahanda, Grandmother Nahanda, this great ancestress was a healer who declared war against colonial occupation. Maboya Nahanda's guidance to you is, yes, you can. Stop the struggle. You can choose at any moment to start over and be reborn. You can choose at any moment to use your pain and turn it into something beautiful. You can choose at any moment to stop operating from a victim mentality. You can choose at any moment to no longer operate from this hurt, this pain, this whatever. I just heard for some of you, you don't even know what the unhealed you don't even know what the unhealed version of you looks like or feels like, or how the more healed version of yourself would see the world. I'm just hearing like somebody's heart is calloused. And it's not that it doesn't operate, you're just hurt. For some of you, like, hurt more than, I don't think anybody else could even hurt me at this point. Somebody has said that, literally said that. I don't even think it's possible for somebody to hurt me anymore. I don't even feel anything. Dust yourself off. Excuse me. So it says, yes, you can. Stop the struggle. You can choose at any moment to start over and be reborn. Like the sun, you rise again and again. Dust yourself off, move forward, and go for it again. Life is about transition and change. You will fall on your face, change your mind, and need to make a comeback again and again. Release the idea that you messed up. If things aren't perfect, stop waiting to be ready. Make new choices and decisions. Goddess declaration. Still I rise. Despite whatever it is that you've been through. Still I rise. Despite whatever pain, whatever outcast you've experienced, whatever it may be. Still you rise. Just like this beautiful ancestor here with the crown above her head. You're not a victim. See, we're only a victim. Victim really just comes from perspective. None of us are above hard times. None of us are above being treated bad. None of us are above any of these things. So we all ultimately have a choice as what is it that we're going to do with this pain? What is it that we're going to do with our hard times? You can absolutely choose to operate from a victim standpoint. And in that case, it's like you allow life to win. You allow those hard times to win. And for me, I done been through a lot of shit. I'll be damned if I allow those hard times or being abused or you know, not fitting in or being outcasted from friend groups and stuff like that to like write my life or how I operate or who I am. Like I'll be damned. So we ultimately have a choice. We can use these bad situations, these heartache, this pain, this trauma. We can use it and allow it to empower us, or we can use it and or we can allow it to take our power. We literally have two choices. You can allow it to take your power, or you can use it to empower yourself. Because quite frankly, once you shift your perspective of what's going on, once you shift your perspective that none of us are above hard times, it's all a part of the human experience, it's like you're not a victim. Because if that's the case, there's a whole lot of fucking victims. And honestly, if you look through life through a victim mentality, you will continue to be a victim. So you use those hard times and you take the time to find a lesson, whatever it may be, and use it to empower yourself. Turn your pain into passion, your pain into power. I preach it all the time on the channel. Because we all go through it. Regardless of race, gender, doesn't matter. We all go through it. Oh, I ripped my page. Okay, so it says, dust yourself off, move forward, and go for it again and again. Life is about transition and change. You will fall on your face, change your mind, and need to make a comeback again and again. Release the idea that you messed up if things aren't perfect. Stop waiting to be ready. Make new choices and decisions. Goddess declaration still our ass. Well, clearly I forgot that I read it. You know. Or maybe Spirit just wanted y'all to hear it again. But anyway, let's move on to Medusa Rage. I feel like it's like I'm going to read it, but I feel like I've already channeled the energy before I needed to read it. But let's see what it says. Yeah, let's just see what it says here. My book coming. Alright, let's find this in the book. So it says Medusa, shadow of rage. She's from Libya. Her temple is shadows and her element is fire. Medusa is feared as an ugly, vicious monster bitch. The truth. The Libyan Berber dark goddess of wisdom's rage is sacred, epic, and fully justified. Medusa's shadow's guidance to you is: you're pissed off and petrified, angry and shaking. But underneath that, you're hurt and heartbroken. Feeling undervalued is overwhelming. For somebody you just feel like you were never, you weren't appreciated for your efforts, for who you are, for your energy. It says you're pissed off, petrified, angry, and shaking. But underneath that, you're hurt and heartbroken. Feeling undervalued is overwhelming. You can't stay silent anymore. Let your joys, hopes, and beauty rage on. Take a breath. Take a breath. Close your eyes and put both your hands over your lower abdomen. That's your sacral chakra. A lot of you have a lot of stored trauma in your hips. That is where we store our trauma. Hip opening exercises, hip opening stretches will be very beneficial for you. What is the name of it? Is it called somatic healing? Somatic healing? Something like that? I'm going to look into that for y'all. I'm going to look into that. Then I'll make a post on the community board. I'll try to remember because I be forgetting, y'all. I really do. But, no, I think it's called somatic breath work or something like that. So, something like that. And I think what you do is like, because honestly, I've done it, but it's like, it's so weird how my spirit tells me to do things and then I'll find it later down the line. It's like, oh, that's what I was doing. My spirit guided me to that. But there was a day that I got on the floor and it's like I had my leg. This may be like, is it inappropriate for the channel? Okay. So it's almost like, I'm just going to show y'all. Fuck it. I don't care. So it's kind of like this. Let me show y'all. So you're like this. Like you have your legs like this. You open them. And then you're like this. And you're breathing. So you're literally doing this. This is a hip opening exercise and stretch. You're literally going to do that. And then as you do it, you're going to breathe, but like this. Like how people like breathe in the, like when they're giving birth. I just did that. And y'all, when I told y'all at some point, I don't know how long into those breaths, I started breaking the fuck down. Like really started breaking down. So when they say we really store trauma in our hips, like we really store trauma in our hips. I just sat there and I kept breathing. And I really started breaking down. So like I said, like Spirit is saying we store a lot of our trauma in our sacral chakra and our hips. Hip opening exercises, stretches, men and women, okay? This is not a gender specific reading. Men and women. We store our trauma in our sacral area, in our sacral chakra. And you know what? When you have a lot of trauma stored in your sacral, for a lot of you and for us to have this mask energy here, it's a lot of trauma there. And, you know, your sacral chakra is tied to your abundance, your creativity, your pleasure. Like a sacral chakra blockage could absolutely look like your inability to have like a creative spark or creative ideas. It can look like having a very hard time orgasming or pleasuring yourself or feeling pleasure when you are, you know, having grown-up time. Like these energy systems is way bigger than what a lot of us want to give it credit for. But anyway, it says take a breath, close your eyes, and put both hands over your lower abdomen. Tune into the part of you that feels out of control. Flood it with loving, healing, golden light. So a beautiful thing to do too when you're sitting there and you're working on that's your sacral area. For a lot of you, I really feel like just the lower three chakras, period, when it comes to like trauma, you know, your root, your sacral, and your solar, very, very important when it comes to like, you know, releasing trauma and things of that nature. But, what the fuck I was about to get at? Because I seen something. I don't remember, y'all. Oh, boom. So when you're doing this, when you're doing like the breath work and the hip opening stretch or exercise that I just showed you all, envision the color orange. Our sacral chakra is like, it's orange. You got red for root, orange for sacral, yellow for solar. And try to envision that color as you're doing that. That could also be beneficial. But anyway, it says, now put both hands over your, it says, tune into the part of you that feels out of control. Flood it with loving, healing, golden light. Now put both hands over your heart and do the same. You have a right to your full range of emotions, including anger. Sacred rage inspires us to run for office, lead protests, and shift policies. But unhealthy rage can devour your very soul. Soul forgiveness. Sacred rage inspires, it says, get clear on what is really happening. Allow yourself Allow yourself to feel your feelings to see the truth. Just because you feel threatened doesn't mean you're being threatened. Goddess declaration. I have a right to feel my feelings. You have a right to feel your feelings. So stop masking them, because that's the next card up. Because here's the thing. It's okay because it's gonna say it in the reading. So Jumbie Mask is the next card. I'm so happy I have so much more energy than I did yesterday. I felt like when I did the reading, I'm like, bro, my energy levels just feel bleh. And I did not like it. I had intentions on doing more than one reading, but I'm like, I ain't doing it. But anyway, it says Jumbie. Her shadow of mask, and she's from the Caribbean. Her temple is shadows and her element is air. Jumbies, oh, okay. So it's not just a person. Right? Oh, it's not just a person. Okay, it says Jumbies are the scary, shadowy, otherworldly spirits and monsters of the Caribbean. This is what the fuck? So this isn't like an actual like goddess. It's like a spirit. It's like spirits. This is different. Different. So it says Jumbie's shadow guidance to you is, where is the lie? Get quiet to get clear. Put your hands on your heart. Now, are you confused or are you afraid? Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Show your true face. Wearing a mask blocks your vulnerability and blessings. If you are wearing a mask, dare to reveal yourself. You are lying to others and to yourself. Wearing a mask is exhausting. Be you. If someone else is wearing a mask with you, you deserve clarity. Your relationship and connection is built on lies. Their mask is a projection of your own. Goddess declaration. I am willing to remove the mask. And here's what I'm feeling when I just said this. When I said this, right? Because I remember this part of my journey where, before I really went through, I don't even think I'm fully done through a process of ego death. But there was a period in time where I felt like keeping the persona of like, oh, you hurt? Oh, you think you hurt me? I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not bothered. The acting as if I was not bothered was my ego operating. Deep down inside, I am severely hurt. My feelings are severely hurt. But to act as if I'm hurt seems weak to me. So I'm going to act like, like I said, with this divine lineage card that I felt, like, a lot of us come from a long line of women. It's like, you don't show your emotion. My grandma used to tell me, you don't let them see you sweat. So I operated from the energy of, no, I'm not gonna sit around here crying and letting you feel like you hurt me or you knock me down or anything like that. But reality of the situation is you are fucking hurt. What you said when you did that shit hurt my fucking feelings. I don't appreciate that shit. And whether we realize it or not, so many people, and I see it around me all the time, we tie it to a form of weakness when it takes so much strength to sit and admit to somebody, that really hurt my feelings. I did not like when you did that. I feel like I deserve to be treated better than that. You should not have treated me. I feel like you treated me in a really unfair, unjust way. That hurt my fucking feelings. It takes strength to fucking do that. To sit there and act like, oh, it's cool. I ain't bothered. I'm gonna match your energy. It's not you. That is fully us operating from our ego. And you have a right to feel anger. You have a right to feel hurt. You have a right to feel whatever. You have a right. You have a right to your full range of emotions. Do not mask them. Because quite frankly, when we mask them, if we operate from this energy, or we want to mask our emotions because we don't want to seem weak, or we don't want to seem vulnerable, or we don't want to seem whatever, we attract other people who come into our energy wearing fucking masks, and more than likely, we're likely to get hurt even more. Now we got 4, 5, 6, 7 masks over top. It's very unhealthy. It's very unhealthy. Goddess declaration, I am willing to remove the mask. I have a right to my full range of emotions. Being vulnerable, expressing how I feel is not a weakness. It is a strength. It takes a lot of strength to do that. Sarah LaCauley, divine lineage. For a lot of you, this is why this is here. For a lot of you, exactly what I just said that I felt, like, you know, with what my grandma taught me, you don't let anybody see you sweat. This is a generational thing of acting like we just got it all together. Us as a black people, I ain't even want to say that now, because honestly, I feel like, so personally, and maybe it's just because I expose myself to a lot of that information, so I see it a lot. Personally, I feel like we are actually coming, we're coming some way. Not everybody. We still got a lot of work to do. But I do love the fact that like the millennials have, you know, not saying like, you know, the other, but we got millennials, we got, I don't know the names of the other ones. I just know mine. But you know, the people that come before us, you know, some of them are doing that as well. But I really do love that and admire that about us, that a lot of us are like, yo, I'm trying to get right within. Like, I feel like a lot of us have come from situations where it's like everybody fixated so much on their external world and not their internal world. And I know for me personally, just even me as a reader, like, I'm a loving, like, my readings, I do this for the purpose of inner work. Your external world, yes, it's important to me, but like I said, like, just the same way with this card is saying, your well, maybe it wasn't this card. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. To me, it starts within. I've seen, like, I've heard testimonies from people who are very, very successful, who are genuinely fucking unhappy because their external world is beautiful, but their internal world is ugly. They're rich externally, but they are dirt poor internally. So they still aren't happy. And they're still searching for answers and more. And that's why you'll hear about people, it's like, damn, they had everything and they committed suicide. Like, what the fuck? It's so important. It's so important. And for a lot of us, we have to break these generational, this generational curse or generational pattern of ignoring things. It's like, okay, we just got to focus on the money. We got to focus on it. All these things are important, but our internal world is far more important, because at the end of the day, we can't take none of this shit. None of these tangible things, we can't take them with us. So really taking that time to dive deep and really make sure that we are okay within is so important. It's so, so important. Sarah LaCauley, 12. Let's read the message. Even though I feel like I don't really have to really go into it, because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I seen it for the purpose of ancestral pattern. Not so much of, I mean, obviously we have ancestral protection, but this could be your ancestors who are actually walking you through trying to break this cycle or this pattern. But it says, goddess of divine lineage. She's from Romany, Egypt. Her temple is ancestors, and her element is water. Great ancestress Sarah LaCauley, meaning Sarah the Black, was an Egyptian prophetess and the patron saint of the Romany people. Oral history says that Santi Sarah had the highest divine lineage. Sarah LaCauley's guidance to you is, your ancestors protect the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail is you. Divine ones walk beside you and within you. Trust. Your ancestors want to remind you that you are not alone. They are rooting for you. And they ask you to honor your spirit guides and call upon the power of the divine. Create or nourish your ancestral altar or shrine. Unbury your ancestors. Speak their names. Your divine lineage ancestors may be blood related or culturally or spiritually connected. Goddess declaration, I am my sister and my sister is me. So that's for those messages here. Y'all know I got to close it up with a little something. With little angel numbers or messages from the universe or something. I'll do messages from the universe because I did angel numbers on the last reading. So let's do this. Okay. Divine spirit guides, angels, ancestors, cosmic family of the brightest love light, healing, prosperity, and protection. Please give me clear and accurate messages for the divine collective. Clear and accurate messages for the divine collective. What is it that their divine ancestors, spirit guides, cosmic family, universe want them to hear and know the most at this time? What is it that their higher self want them to hear and know the most at this time? Please just block out any interferences as I get these messages across and protect my space. Thank you so much, Spirit, for these beautiful messages that you've given us so far. Ashe, 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 and Ashe. Hold on, y'all. I think one more and I'll feel cool. Yep, take that. It says, we're always speaking to you and sending you... Oh, wow. It's so crazy because when I first was shuffling the cards, I'm like, what is it that the divine collective's divine spirit guides want them to hear and know the most at this time? It's like when I said that, I felt it more than anything just because we ended on divine lineage. And this is specific. This is straight from a spirit guide or a divine ancestor. It says, we are always speaking to you and sending you messages when you feel like you're all alone in a situation. Oh my God. Baby, when I tell you, I just know I know I'm standing in my purpose, because the way I feel and I'm so connected to these unseen realm, it's just like, woo, it be giving me the goosebumps sometimes, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. And y'all see, I take flyers, okay? I don't pluck cards. Y'all hear this shuffling down here? Girl, man, it's crazy. But it says, we are always speaking to you and sending you messages when you feel like you're all alone in a situation. Just know that you never truly are. We are reminding you to stop, look around, and believe in something else. Something more. We've got your back. Oh my God. You are the generational curse breaker. Your life could look so much harder than other people in your family. You're the one. You're the one. I know the energy when I feel it because I am. I know who I am in my bloodline. That's why what we have to understand. Oh, I'm so happy this came up. Because you have to understand, when we heal, we ain't just healing for us. You're healing for your ancestors that came before you and for everybody that comes after you. This ain't just for you. You're carrying your whole bloodline on your back, whether you realize it or not. You're healing. You're doing the healing work that your ancestors never got the opportunity to do. Because honestly, so many of us, most of our ancestors, they lived off of survival. They didn't have time to heal. They needed to survive. We have the freedom to do that. They did that for us. They went through the slavery and all types of shit. They did that for us. So this is so much bigger than you. This healing work that needs to be done is so much bigger than just us. And when you sit there and you realize that, every small thing you do that empowers you or makes you feel beautiful, it really makes you feel empowered to know, damn, I'm not just doing this for me. I really got a responsibility to myself and to my bloodline. Because they weren't able to do it. You think you got it hard? Imagine them. There was no time to heal. They had to survive. Tell me more, Spirit. This message is very powerful. Very powerful. Oh my gosh. You're welcome. Somebody's ancestor or spirit guide just said thank you. Like they wanted somebody to hear that. Like you're helping all of us, babe. You're not just helping you, you're helping all of us. He just said thank you to me. You're very welcome. It says, when going through tough times, it's important to remember When going through tough times, it's important to remember that nothing is up to... Hold on, because I want to show y'all this too. Because I want y'all to know I ain't make this up. Y'all believe me, but still. Y'all see that? We're always speaking to you and sending you messages when you feel like you're all alone in a situation. Just know that you never truly are. But anyway, let me get back to this because y'all know. Anyway, it says, when going through tough times, it's important to remember that nothing up to this point has defeated you. You've overcome challenges before. Be kinder to yourself. Soul forgiveness. Then I literally started the message saying this. Stop beating yourself up. When going through tough times, it's important to remember that nothing up to this point has defeated you. You overcome challenges before. Be kinder to yourself and be thankful for all that you already have. Ashe, ashe to that. Tell me more, Spirit. This is such a good message. Like, certain messages are just so much powerful than others. This is why I really love working with the African Goddess deck, because I feel like I've just built such a relationship with this particular deck of cards outside of all my other decks of cards that the messages just hit so deep, man. They just do. But it says, okay, comparing yourself to others keeps you stuck in a cycle of guilt and shame and continues to separate you from your blessings. It keeps you small. Understand that everyone has their own journey, which always unfolds in divine timing. Your time will come. And for a lot of you, that's what makes it so hard for you not to look at yourself like a victim, because you feel like you see so many other people that didn't have it as hard as you. Baby, I'm going to be honest. The generational curse breaker always has it harder than other people. We always do. We always do. We do. But I'm not beating up on you as I'm saying this, because I used to feel this. What in the fuck? Like, how come I don't get to have this? Or how come... It really added to my misery. When I would compare myself to... My journey ain't supposed to look like theirs. Because quite frankly, baby, my contract is different. I signed up for something that is life-changing. For myself, for my bloodline. That's why my shit's harder. And I embrace it. Because I ain't weak. I've always been strong. They knew I can handle it. I knew I can handle it. That's why I signed the contract. Yeah, I knew I could do it. I knew I could. I know I'm built for it. And so are you. And so are you. You were they chose you for this. What's meant to be yours is already making its way to you. What was never yours is starting to flee from you. With time, it will all make sense. For now, bear the confusion and focus on living fully in the present. Don't let your whole life be, I'll be happy when. Be happy now. This reading better make y'all happy. I ain't playing. We got some shit to talk about. Can you imagine? Like, I don't know, for me, it's just like, yeah, y'all thought I could do it. Y'all gave me some of the hardest trials and tribulations because you knew I could be the one to do it. You are chosen. Starseed, Earth Angel, Indigo Child. You collective. You. Give me one more, Spirit. One more, Spirit. One more. To close this reading out. It just makes me happy. It says things are going to be turned in your favor. People that were against you all of a sudden will be for you. Ideas, creativity, promotion, contracts are going to come into your hands. This is a lot. I pulled like almost three. I pulled three. These last three cards that I just read, I pulled them yesterday. I don't know what the hell I titled my reading yesterday, but well, this morning. No, I did my reading last night, but I scheduled it to be uploaded this morning. So the reading that I posted this morning around 7 o'clock, that was uploaded around 7 o'clock. These last three cards came out in that reading. So maybe you might want to tune into that. But collective, this has been your reading. I genuinely do hope that it resonates. If so, please like, comment, and subscribe. It is a beautiful way for you to energetically donate back to the channel. And it's also a beautiful way to help me better channel for you in future readings. But until next time, I love y'all all so much. And peace out.